Whoa!
Severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Love County in southern Oklahoma, central Marshall County in southeastern Oklahoma. Tornado warning for northern Tarrant County in north central Texas.
All right, what is going on, everybody? Today we do have a potential tornado outbreak, and it's turning into one. It is turning into one already. Tomorrow is the big day. Today, though, we do have a moderate risk that is going on right now. Right now, it is 5:40 or 6:44. Sorry, here in Eastern Standard Time. So it is 5:44 Central Standard Time, and we do have. Let's pull this up here. So the area that you see, they're in red. I'm gonna turn the radio off. So the area in red is our moderate risk. Oranges are enhanced, yellow is slight, and then the green there is that marginal risk, the lower risk. Our tornadoes here, we've had a lot of tornadoes on and off over the day. I've been keeping up with it. I've been at work, so I didn't have the stream on. I wish I turned it on earlier because I didn't expect this thing to blow up so quickly. I thought I'd be home in time. But the moderate risk in the dark red area has some severe potential for a lot more tornadoes, and it looks like that line of storms. Let's go back to this. Let's take away our SPC there, so we can actually leave that up. So this storm line here, which is already producing tornadoes currently, and we have another one to the north that's also producing tornadoes. This is probably going to continue to produce tornado warnings throughout eastern Texas as we get towards Shreveport, however you say that. I can never remember how to say it. But we're in the Austin area right now, so I kind of just want to jump right into this real quick and try to get this our detail mode that we normally use for that Austin storm. So we'll switch over here. Give me just a second as I try to get this radar pulled up.
Severe thunderstorm warning for Williamson County in south central Texas, northeastern Travis County in south central Texas.
And I think we're going to get interrupted a lot today by that voice, which is constantly putting out our severe thunderstorm warnings and our tornado warnings. So tornado warnings is preceded by the emergency alert sound, which you all are pretty familiar with. And then the severe thunderstorm warning just comes on and talks. I think we're going to be interrupted by that a lot today. And tomorrow also. So most likely what's going to happen is these storms are going to continue to produce tornado warnings as we get, and it's going to slow down as we get closer to nighttime, but when the sun comes out tomorrow, these storms are going to actually pop back up, and the worst day, I think, for tornadoes will probably be tomorrow in the Louisiana, Mississippi area. So this is focused in on Austin, Texas. Austin is under a tornado warning right now. So if you live in Austin, right now would be a fantastic time to get in your tornado shelter. If you have a tornado shelter, you need to get inside of it. If you do not have a tornado shelter, you need to get in the lower innermost part of your building, away from walls, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you have a chance, bring something to protect yourself. If you got a pillow or a helmet, if you got a bike helmet laying around, bring that with you. Also, something interesting I heard today that I think is a great piece of advice for anybody who's sheltering from a tornado is have a pair of shoes ready. So if you're not scrambling right now to get into your tornado shelter, and you may be, if you're in the risk zone for today and tomorrow, what I would suggest to you is go ahead and pick out that location if you don't have it already for your tornado shelter. If you do have it, go ahead and if you have that helmet or something to protect your head from falling debris, go ahead and put that in there, and put a pair of shoes in there. Shoes is a great piece of clothing that you could have that you're probably not wearing around your house. A lot of people don't wear shoes around their house, but if your wall falls in and you got to step over broken glass or anything like that to get out of your home once the storm is passed, you're going to want a pair of shoes. So a great piece of advice I heard floating around. Have a pair of shoes ready.
Severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Tarrant County in north central Texas.
So I'm going to quickly go over this before we start trying to break down specific storms. There is 4 tornado warnings out right now. The one for Cook County in Texas, for Cook, Kooke, Cook County, is confirmed tornado. So that warning is in, I believe it is in northern Texas. So let's see if I can get that figured out here. I'll leave you hanging here. So Cook County is in northern Texas, right on the border with Oklahoma. This is for the Gainesville storm. Listen in, guys.
Tornado warning for north central Williamson County in south central Texas.
One right after another one. Another one.
Tornado warning for southern Caldwell County in south central Texas, northeastern Guadalupe County in south central Texas, northeastern Gonzales County in south central Texas.
All right, so that looks like a double tornado warning in south central Texas. So we're northeast of San Antonio right now in that storm. Let's quickly take a look at this Austin storm, because I think this is probably the most dangerous storm. There is rotation here, so let's bring up, I'm in a little bit of a scramble mode right now. There's a lot going on here. So we got Austin here. You are in a tornado warning. The center of rotation, it will be down in this general area, just south of Sunset Valley. I do apologize, guys. I have a bit part of my tongue over the weekend, so I do have a little bit of a lisp. So I'm trying not to talk so funny. But just south of Sunset Valley, we do have an area of rotation near Tanglewood Forest and San Leanna. We're heading northeast towards Austin. So again, talking about Austin, if you're in any of these warnings, you need to be in your shelter. Looking a little bit north, we have a center of rotation near Serenata, heading towards Jarrell. I know Jarrell was a hot spot for a lot of people, and it looks like this thing is starting to wrap up. So this storm right here, southwest of Jarrell, Texas, you are in the path of probably a tornado that's going to produce here shortly. You've got less than 15 minutes before that storm passes you. This is very, very serious situation. Look at this. So I'm looking at the twisting motion, the velocities here, but really right here you can see all of this air getting pulled in. So our reds are moving away from our radar, our greens are moving towards. So as the rotation happens in a storm, you're going to see reds and greens meeting with stark contrast. So the brighter the colors are really close together, the stronger that rotation is. That is a tornado that is probably on the ground right now. Jarrell, you have a tornado on the ground. There's your
tornado warning
warning
for north central Williamson County in south central Texas.
So that is still just a radar indicated rotation for a damaging tornado, but man, that is going to be confirmed here shortly. One of these lines is going to get bolder. So here's what you need to know about these lines. So right here you can tell here, this line is bolder. It has a thicker outline than this one. That indicates a tornado has been confirmed. So that's either by the National Weather Service or by spotters on the ground. This tornado, this right here, I mean, I think it's safe to say this tornado is on the ground pretty much. It has a pretty defined hook, a nice inflow notch right here, which you can see. So this is kind of like a yin and a yang. You'll see this very commonly with tornadoes where the storm, those darker reds, wrap around the left-hand side underneath, and then that clear air comes in from the right side towards the top, and they make that yin-yang symbol right there, that hook in the radar that you can see. A lot of times this area will be actually totally cleared out. You can see it in the Mayfield tornado. It's totally cleared out. And it will also have very strong rotation. This storm has very, very strong rotation. It is becoming a very clear signal of the tornado. So this down here on the left is our CC. What CC indicates is it compares the size of droplets in the air. So it's going to compare your water droplets to if there's debris flying around. It's going to let you know, hey, there's this right here is bigger than the rest of the rain. Is it bigger in size? It's going to be, it's not correlated with the rest of it. So what you'll see here is a CC drop, quote unquote, and that's where a debris ball is going to be found. You'll see that there'll be a circle right around the center of the area. So we're talking about center of rotation, we're talking about right in this area. So right in this general area, if a debris ball gets big enough, what we're going to see is drop in the CC. And you can already see there's a little bit of green here. There's a little bit of stuff flying around in that center of rotation. And especially as we get closer to this radar, you'll be able to see it, because the closer you get to the radar, the further down the storm the radar is going to see. So I think, Jarrell, you have a very serious potential here, if it's not already on the ground, to see a tornado within the next 7 minutes. Jarrell might take a direct hit here, guys. Let's see, where are we talking about? Jarrell, I know, is a smaller community, but I mean, this is how far off you are, guys. This is where the tornado's at right now. If there is a tornado on the ground, again, this is kind of speculation, but it's kind of not. I mean, I'm seeing that's a very clear indication of a tornado, and this right here actually could even be that backdoor CC drop, but I think this is it. I think that right there is actually your CC drop. I think you got some blues right here indicating extremely strong rotation. We're talking about 140 mile-an-hour delta velocities that storm is moving at. So very, 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 very strong rotation. This tornado is, if it's not on the ground right now, it's about to put one down. It's definitely about to put one down. Jarrell, you need to be in your safe space, guys. This thing can tune up so fast. Today, we've already have a very high potential for significant tornadoes, not just tornadoes in general. So we're talking about EF2+. So these tornadoes can get on the ground and start doing EF3, EF2, EF4 damage very, very quickly. So you need to be inside your tornado shelter right now. Jarrell, please, guys, please, if you were in a mobile home, you need to get to a sturdy structure right now. Mobile homes are not sturdy structures. Throughout the entire stream for the next day or two, you'll hear me say this over and over again. Do not seek shelter in a mobile home. That's not a safe shelter. So right here, down here in Luling, we just had a tornado confirmation. This one right here, which is harder to see since we're a little bit further away from that radar. There is a better radar. It's right next to it. So let's switch over to this very, very quickly, because I know Jarrell's in it, but there is a confirmed tornado right here. Let's see what's going on just west of Luling, Texas. That is also an awful picture right there. I do not like that at all. So here we have a tornado. There's your CC drop right there. So this tornado was confirmed by the radar. The radar is seeing the velocities. It's saying these velocities are off the charts right here. Very, very strong velocities right here. And as you can see, my red squares center all the screen. We're right in the middle of the rotation on all of our screen. This is the hook coming down, wrapping around, and there's your CC drop. So the CC drop is saying this right here, I'm seeing a lot of debris that's a lot bigger. It's a different size than the rain, and it's saying that you got a lot of big stuff going on right here. So west of Luling, you guys need to be in your tornado shelters right now. There is a confirmed tornado on the ground. Let's track this thing and see where we're at. So we're going to track the motion from our warning. We're going to put it right on the center of rotation. Luling, you're talking about 3 minutes, guys. You're talking about 3 minutes to the west side of Luling. You're plowing through it right now. We're going to cross, what roads are we going to cross here? We're going to cross 183 just north of Luling and head out northwest, heading towards Delhi. Delhi, you've got 30 minutes before impact on this storm if it stays down. Luling, you got to be in your tornado shelter, guys. There is a tornado on the ground heading your way right now. Please, please, guys, seek shelter from the storm. All right, I know I hate jumping around.
Severe thunderstorm warning for Somervell County in north central Texas, east central Hamilton County in central Texas, northwestern McLennan County in central Texas, central Coryell County in central Texas, Johnson County in north central Texas, Bosque County in central Texas, Western Hill County in central Texas, northwestern Ellis County in north central Texas.
Another tornado warning coming through, guys.
Tornado warning for northeastern Cook County in north central Texas, northwestern Grayson County in north central Texas.
Another tornado warning coming through, guys.
Tornado warning for southeastern Travis County in south central Texas, northwestern Bastrop County in south central Texas.
New tornado warnings right now, guys. All kinds of tornado warnings pouring through. We have 9 right now. 2 confirmed, 9 total tornado warnings right now for Texas. We're going to jump back here to this Jarrell storm. If I can get it pulled back up. I cannot believe this thing is not confirmed yet. That thing is wrapped up. It may be rain wrapped. It may be hard for these guys to see, and it's not really putting a much CC drop, so it may not be on the ground. It may not be on the ground, but it's got some crazy velocities in here. It's got some wild velocities. So let's go back to this latest storm track and let's track this thing. Jarrell may take a direct impact. You've got 3 minutes at most. 3 minutes, guys. Jarrell, Texas. You need to be in your safe space immediately. Another tornado warning.
Tornado warning for southeastern Williamson County in south central Texas, northeastern Travis County in south central Texas.
So this storm is near Round Rock. That latest storm, that may be a ginormous tornado right there. Look at this. Look at that right there. There's a small area of rotation, but it's strong. It's not surrounded by a lot of other rotation, but look at this CC, guys. Look at that. I can't tell if that's a glitch. That's right smack dab in the middle of that velocity. That's got to be a tornado on the ground. Absolutely. That's got to be. That's a huge debris cloud, though. Guys, if you're in Eastern Round Rock, I hope and pray that you got that warning in time. If you're in
tornado warning for Central Bell County in central Texas.
If you're in Hutto or Taylor, you guys need to be in your safe space immediately. You just got that tornado warning. I think there's a tornado on the ground there. You just got to assume like there is. That's a crazy CC reading out of that little of velocity. I mean, it's super strong though. When you get these areas that aren't readable, like a lot of times it means it's very strong. In the Mayfield tornado, we had really strong winds, and you just had blocks that were missing out of that velocity. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. You will see it pretty commonly right in the middle where the strongest areas of rotation are. That's a big CC signature right there, and it's starting to fade out, and I really think that's a tornado on the ground because it's changing, it's traveling with it, it's centered right on that rotation. I think you've got a tornado here that's going to impact Hutto within the next 7 to 8 minutes. That's going to go south of Circleville, maybe impact Circleville directly north of Taylor. You guys need to be in your safe spaces right now. Moving back to Jarrell, we have a CC reading on Jarrell now. That right there would be a CC drop. So the Jarrell storm is also confirmed, and there's your new tornado warning indicating as such. So we're going to track from that, and let's put our storm track on there. Western Jarrell, I hope you were in your safe space, that you heeded those warnings. These are some serious storms. Salado, you have about 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. Salado north of Jarrell before this storm reaches you. That is a confirmed tornado on the ground. So right now we do have 2 confirmed tornadoes. The other one is down there near Luling, which is hard to see from which radar we're using right now, but we're kind of right in the middle of all of this. That tornado that was up in Cook County and Grayson County, there's a tornado warning up there. If you're in the tornado warnings anywhere, please make sure you are in your safe space. However, I think that tornado is kind of done and gone. Really, our focus here is going to be in the of Bastrop County, in Travis County, in Williamson County, in Bell County for Jarrell, and then Salado for Round Rock, Hutto, Taylor, Circleville. And then this area down here, which shows some rotation, but I don't think there's actually any sort of serious spin up happening right now. And then, of course, for the Luling area and down south, heading towards Delhi across that area. If you live northwest of Luling, make sure you're in your safe space. This storm right here, what do we got over that area? So we're mainly working with some rural areas, which is good news. We may just miss Jarrell, Texas here. I'm hoping that's the case. I really hope that's the case. There's our new storm track. You're looking at Salado. You got about 15 minutes before this impacts you. So this one moving back down here to that Hutto Round Rock storm. I'm starting to think this is something else. I'm not insanely experienced on this like what this could be if it's not a CC signature from the tornado, but I do know this. I know right in the middle of that rotation you've got pretty serious CC drop, which makes me think this thing has spun up and picked up a lot of debris near Round Rock, which is very scary, and I hope that everyone's okay in Round Rock. I hope we don't hear any crazy updates about that. Oh man, this is wild. Currently right now, guys, we do have 8 tornado warnings, 2 of which are confirmed tornado warnings. Our 2 confirmed here are the Jarrell and the Round Rock. Oh, 3, I'm sorry, and then the Luling is still confirmed down here. So let's take a quick look here at this Jarrell storm. Let's go back a few frames to when we had that really nice CC signature. Let's see what we can see in 3-dimension here. A little bit of a clobbered mess, but you can see if you were on the ground, here's you would see something more like this probably, but here is a great, it's hard to see with this this stuff kind of blocking it. Let me get a better view here. Let me cut that stuff out. We'll just look at just this. So here's our area of rotation. And as you can see, I don't know how far that goes back. That's an inflow notch right here, this cave cutaway. So this is air rushing in and wrapping around into this ball of mess right there. That is your
severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Williamson County in south-central Texas, eastern Travis County in south-central Texas, north-central Bastrop County in south-central Texas.
There's so many tornado warnings right now, I'm having trouble figuring out where that one was. That was just, I think that one's right here. That's this one, I think, right? Is that correct? Go back and make sure. Where am I at? This is hard to keep up with, guys, but let's zoom out a little bit here. See if we can see it. Okay, so we had
severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Cook County in north-central Texas, Grayson County in north-central Texas.
That was a severe thunderstorm warning, wasn't it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Okay. All right. Back on it. Back on it. Got it figured out. All right. So the rotation here near Hutto is starting to die down, although it's still there. Most likely we had a little bit of a spin-up tornado there, and it did kick up a lot of debris. There's your tornado reported. Ham radio reported tornado on the ground in Round Rock. That was 5 minutes ago. And a minute before that, you had a funnel cloud by a train spotter that was relayed by them. So that was near this road that leads from Round Rock to Hutto, which is 79. And there, you still have some rotation, guys. If you're in Hutto, you need to make sure you're in your safe space. I can't say it enough. Let's see what we're talking about for this area of rotation. If it decides to kick back up, we're still talking about just south of Circleville. You've got about 25 minutes before that storm gets to you, Circleville. And this thing can keep tracking a little bit north and impact you directly. So you need to make sure you're in your safe space. Oops. And you're keeping an eye on where this thing's going to be. All right, this Jarrell storm has still got a lot of velocity on it. Still focused in. I think may have lost a little bit of its CC signature. So there's that CC signature there. That was that radar confirmed tornado, the Boulder one. Confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located near Jarrell, or 10 miles northwest of Granger, moving northeast. We're moving at 30 miles an hour. This storm, and then so this one, the warning above it for the future was reported at 6 and was weather spotter confirmed. So we do have both the radar and the weather spotter confirming the tornado. We've got still moving at 30 mile an hour. Obviously, your main threat is going to be the damaging tornado. Your tornado is your main threat, but you do still have $half size hail that goes along with that. So even if that tornado misses you, make sure you're prepared for that. So the latest scan came in here. Oh no, that's not the latest scan. So the velocities are dying off a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, compare it to this, to that. So there's velocities here. The storm's still rotating, but we're on the downslope side of that storm, I believe. As far as this Hutto storm goes, I think we kicked up a notch. So I think it's lifted and reset itself. So we went from, here we are tracking along, boop, 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 and then it jumps. It goes from here, so we go from tracking here to here, and then there to there. That is a massive jump, and I think that's a new confirmed tornado. This thing's building back up. This thing north of Hutto, building back up. We have a radar confirmed tornado on the ground. There is a new CC signature. Let's track this thing. Where are we going? Where are we going, guys? We are going towards Circleville. Direct impact on Circleville now. Time-wise, less than 10 minutes. Circleville, I've been saying your name for a while. You need to be in your safe space. The lower innermost part of your building.
Severe thunderstorm warning for Denton County in north central Texas, western Collin County in north central Texas.
You need to be in the lower innermost part of your building, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Bring something to protect your head. Bring something to protect yourself. This is a serious storm. This storm's just getting started. You've got less than 10 minutes and the tornado's on the ground. It's just getting started. Consider this a new tornado. New velocities here. Again, I mean, resetting itself. No joke. Resetting itself completely. You went from this, which is basically a remnant, to a little blip, and then now we're in the blues and yellows again, which is just very, very fast. Let's talk about how fast. What are we talking here? We're talking about 130 mile an hour winds up in the air. So the radar is not looking at, this is not the ground radar. We're looking up in the air. This is just crazy. This is wild. I cannot stress this enough, Circleville. You need to be in your safe space right now. Let's look at Circleville. What do we got? Lots of farms. You got a nice little town there. Let's hope everybody is going to heed these warnings. Let's hope. Introduce CC signature. I'm gonna have trouble saying that all night with my lisp. That's a pretty big debris signature right there. New tornado warning.
Tornado warning for Southern Caldwell County in South Central Texas, Southern Bastrop County in South Central Texas, North Central Gonzales County in South Central Texas, Southwestern Fayette County in South Central Texas.
So this is a larger extension of this storm down here. So you'll see that come through here in a second. There it is, right there. So let's jump down here real quick. We've been focusing up on those other storms real quick. This is a confirmed tornado down south too. So we're talking about Caldwell, Fayette, Bastrop, Gonzales. This is 4 separate tornado warnings that have been confirmed. This storm is a mess down here. Where are we even at? I don't know where we're at. Are we back here? Let's see if we get a better look at the velocities. Not much. Not much at all. Man, it is hard to tell. I think we're here in Stairtown. I feel like we're here in Stairtown. This is where that right there is your tornado. That's what I think. That is difficult to see. Undoubtedly. There you go. So here's our confirmed tornado there. There's our CC signature right here. That's the velocity signature. So it actually kind of heads north into Stairtown. And it kind of got wrapped up a little bit. And now I think we're issuing a new tornado warning. It's another one.
Tornado warning for Southeastern Denton County in North Central Texas, Northeastern Tarrant County in North Central Texas, Southwestern Collin County in North Central Texas, Northwestern Dallas County in North Central Texas.
That's Dallas, guys. That's Dallas. Where is Dallas? There we go.
Severe thunderstorm warning for Northwestern Johnson County in North Central Texas, Western Tarrant County in North Central Texas.
See if we can find this sucker. Whew. Right here. So we're talking about just southeast of Minner's Chapel, south of Grapevine. We're talking about northwest of Dallas, Texas. We're heading northeast at 45 miles an hour. This is a quick moving storm. This is just radar indicated rotation, as I could probably have guessed, but that's it right there. Excuse me. That's what we're talking
Severe
about.
thunderstorm warning for West Central DeWitt County in South Central Texas, Karnes County in South Central Texas, Southeastern Atascosa County in South Central Texas, Southeastern Wilson County in South Central Texas.
All right, so moving back here, Circleville. There's a tornado on the ground, guys. Man, that is a serious tornado right there. Let's try to track this thing on that motion. What kind of winds are we looking at here? We're looking at 135 mile an hour winds, and I don't know how high that is, 300, 400 feet. So 400 feet in the air, you're talking about 140 mile an hour winds. So on the ground, you're talking about more. This is a serious storm, and this is not to be taken lightly. If you live in Circleville, you need to be in your safe space immediately. I'm going to keep saying that until the storm passes you. Let's talk about Jarrell again real quick. Jarrell, you're out of the picture now. I think you're in the safe, probably for good for now, unless something else pops up behind all these other storms. But I think you're all right for now. This storm that was in Jarrell just a little bit ago, the tornado that was confirmed, is moving off now and has kind of lifted. It's done. I think it's done. It may spin back up, so Salado, you should probably stay in your safe space if you're already there, just for a little while until that storm passes you by. So here you go. Here's another one. Garfield, Texas. You got a storm right on top of you that's really hard for us to see with our velocities, because we have this area that's blocking our velocities. It's just because of a radar glitch, but it's very difficult for us to see. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to see right there. I've got indicated rotation just west of Garfield. This storm is heading northeast at 35 mile an hour. So we got radar indicated rotation. Your hazards, of course, are potential tornado with quarter-sized tail. We're talking about Weberville in probably about 7 or 8 minutes. Garfield, it's gonna stay on you for a minute here. There's a little bit of a break right here in that weirdness that's going on with velocities, and we're definitely seeing rotation, and it's got a hook kinda, but it's not a super defined hook, and it's not super crazy on the velocities. I think this Circleville tornado is the big one right now. This is the big boy. And it's causing a lot of damage, I think. Pray for these guys down there. Pray for Circleville. Pray for everybody in between. Pray for all those who are impacted by this tornado. We've got reports of tornadoes going back towards Hutto. Public reported tornado with damage on the north side of Hutto. Public report of tornado on the ground 5 miles west of Taylor. That thing is plowing through Circleville right now. Extremely fast wind speeds, guys. Extremely fast. Oops. Try to track this again. Up to 160 knots. 300 feet in the air. That is insane wind speeds, guys. This thing is moving, and it's heading right towards our radar. Always seems like it does this. Got a lot of tornadoes. Well, one's going to pop out and head right towards your radar and shut your radar down. Guys, let's hope and pray that does not happen, because we're going to lose a lot of data for these areas east of the storms right now, towards College Station and Caldwell. Those who have yet to be impacted by the storm system. There's really not a backup radar here. The next available radar out that direction is this KHGX near Galveston and Houston. There is a couple experimental radars out there. That's what the T's are. So when you see the T's, that means experimental. And most of the times those do not provide a great detailed picture of what's happening. So let's jump back up here. We got that storm that's... Here's another tornado warning.
Tornado warning for northeastern Williamson County in south central Texas.
Oh, I gotta find that. I'm trying to do a million things at once here. All right. All right, so that is an extension there. I see that now. That's the extension of this tornado, the one we were just talking about north of Circleville. There's another report, ham radio report of tornado on the ground in Williamson County, Texas. So that's for this storm. It's still cranking. Let's track with our new storm track. Is putting this tornado going directly over the radar site, which is absolutely just going to be awful if that happens. Our radar's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. There's our radar. There's the projected storm path of this tornado, which is probably doing some serious damage on the ground. Large debris ball. Crazy velocities, as you can see, indicated here and here. Both of these areas are indicated velocities. Not a crazy updraft. A lot of turbulence going on in the air. This storm up here near Salado still has general rotation, but it's nothing to pinpoint like this one is. The storm near Garfield and Weberville. I'm seeing a lot of rotation, but it's hard to tell if it's super pinpoint. If I was to guess, it would actually be in this cloud of purple or gray heading towards Weberville. If you're in Weberville right now, you guys need to be in your safe space immediately. Our Luling storm may have chilled out for a minute. It's hard to tell. We're a little bit far away, so we can switch over our radars to the one near Caldwell County, which is where the storm is currently at, between Caldwell and Bastrop County. And it does look like there is actually a lot of rotation still. It's one of those things that you got to be on the right radar to see it. Just south of Delhi. Actually, maybe heading right towards Delhi. New tornado warning.
Tornado warning for northwestern Milam County in central Texas, southeastern Bell County in central Texas.
There you go. There it is. That right there. Here's your new tornado warning. So this is, again, that radar confirmed tornado north of Circleville, south of Granger, Texas, heading northwest. Let's track our new warning here. See where this thing's heading. Our new warning has it putting off just to the northwest of our radar site, which is good news. We hope it continues to track along that path just due to the radar. Hopefully it lifts and doesn't impact anybody's home. Hopefully it doesn't continue on a northerly trajectory. Keep coming around and hit Granger. Granger, you need to be in your safe space if you're not already. I can't repeat this all the time. I'm going to try my best. But guys, if you're in a tornado warning anywhere, you need to be in a safe location. So let's go through that one more time. Lower innermost part of your building, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Mobile homes are not sturdy structures. If you are in a mobile home, you need to leave immediately and find a sturdy structure. Do not try to withstand a tornado in a mobile home. It's not sufficient structure. So you need to be if you're in a car, pull over, find a store, find a structure that is sturdy, that is not temporary. Get inside it and seek shelter immediately. If you're at your home and you do not have a tornado shelter, bathroom, the interior room of your home is going to be the best location for you. Bring a pillow, bring a pair of shoes. So if you are impacted, you can get out safely. So I'm going to let this thing sit here for a second. I got to go check on my dog. As I normally do for our streams, this tornado near Circleville is still wrapping up. It's a pretty decent sized tornado. Heading northeast, about 30 mile an hour.
Severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Johnston County in southeastern Oklahoma, western Bryan County in southeastern Oklahoma, eastern Marshall County in southeastern Oklahoma, southwestern Atoka County in southeastern Oklahoma.
So we're talking about Oklahoma now getting those severe thunderstorm warnings as that northern part of the storm is moving into the southern part of Oklahoma. A lot of stuff heading towards College Station. If you're in the College Station area, I know you're under tornado watch, but you need to be prepared to get in your tornado shelter if it comes to that. Some stuff heading towards Waco. A little bit of stuff heading towards Waco. That main brunt where a lot of these tornado warnings are heading towards LaGrange, Caldwell, College Station, stuff, areas like that in the south central part of Texas, towards the eastern part. You got some more storms coming up from the south. Let's look at the big picture here real quick. If I can get it flipped over there. Here's our big picture, guys. This is what we're looking at as far as all of this line of storm that's heading through Texas. We'll zoom out a little bit more to get you a better idea of where we're at. You can see exactly why I'm calling out College Station. The brunt of this tornado-warned areas of the storm is heading straight towards College Station. Rockdale, Lexington, Giddings, LaGrange, Rosebud, Marlin, Hearn, Caldwell. You all are all included in that. You're going to get the worst part of the storm. And it's no joke, guys. It's no joke. No joke. They predicted this spot on for the moderate risk. We're totally within the moderate risk, and we're just at the beginning. So Buffalo, Madisonville, Palestine, Mexia, Crockett, Trinity, Huntsville, Wells, Alto, Jacksonville. You are all in the moderate risk area for the storm. Even though some of you are out of that tornado watch, I say that tornado watch is going to be extended to your location as these storms cross your path later on into the night or into the evening. It won't be long. These storms are quick. And so I'm going to let this, I'm actually probably going to let this sit right here. Looking right here, right over this area. So we can see if while I'm taking a quick break here, so if you see any new tornado warnings, you can see them pop up, and we're not focused in on one thing. Crazy, guys. This is turning out to be a crazy start of the evening, and we're just getting started. Like I mentioned before, we have that modern risk that we're just at the beginning of for today. Tomorrow brings a whole new risk that was moderate way before this one started. So tomorrow you're probably going to have another one of these days with 9, 10 tornado warnings at a time, focused over in this area. So the Baton Rouge, Alexandria, Lafayette, Natchez, Macomb areas, Jackson, Mississippi, that whole region is going to get that red tomorrow. And it could be more serious than what's going on to your guys' west. So if you live in that area, make sure you have a plan, make sure you're being prepared, and that you are prepared to receive this. So almost all of our tornado warnings now, except one, which is the one north of Dallas, are confirmed tornado warnings. So these may be multiple tornado warnings for one, like these three right here. This is our Taylor Circleville tornado that we were just watching on our detailed radar. But really, you're looking at some crazy stuff going on in Texas right now. That one near Garfield also was confirmed. So the Weberville Garfield tornado is confirmed as a tornado on the ground. Here's another tornado warning coming in.
Tornado warning for southeastern Johnston County in southeastern Oklahoma, northwestern Bryan County in southeastern Oklahoma, northeastern Marshall County in southeastern Oklahoma.
there's our first tornado warning for Oklahoma, guys. This is what that looks like. We're up here in Bryan, Johnson, and Marshall County in Oklahoma. This is a radar indicated rotation for a storm that's moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. So it's moving, looks like it's moving northeast at 45 miles an hour near Kingston and Woodville area, heading towards Cumberland and Milburn. So if you're in those areas, make sure you're seeking proper shelter. Make sure you're in your tornado shelter if you have one. If not, like I said, lower innermost part of your building, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. And if you have the chance, bring a pillow with you to protect your head, some blankets to protect you from falling debris. Make sure you bring a pair of shoes with you. And take this seriously. Do not get out of your tornado shelter until the storm risk has passed. All right, so I'm going to try to take that quick break, let my dog out. Here is what we're talking about, guys. I'm going to try to include everything. I'm going to let this sit here. I'm not going to let it play in a loop. That way you know you're looking at the most up-to-date images and you can take your time and look at it. All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Tornado warning for southeastern Williamson County in south-central Texas, east-central Travis County in south-central Texas, north-central Bastrop County in south-central Texas, northwestern Lee County in south-central Texas. Severe thunderstorm warning for south-central Guadalupe County in south-central Texas, southwestern Gonzales County in south-central Texas, central Wilson County in south-central Texas.
right, so things have progressed a lot since I've been gone, I see. Let's switch back over here to our detailed radar and see what we can see. All right. I don't think that's something weird's going on here. Bear with me, guys. I don't think that radar image is the most up to date. All right. Anyway. Yeah, I really don't think so. Oh man, that's not good. Potentially could be some damage to the radar. That's what I was worried about. I'm just really kind of worried about that, not having this radar up. So we should be up in this area by now. We should be well past Ranger. Yeah, we are. I don't. Switch back and hope we can get something. Nope, it doesn't. It looks like the last radar info that this radar sent was half an hour ago. So unfortunately, all of this information here is old. So let's move up here into Oklahoma. We do have a new confirmed tornado warning in Oklahoma. Confirmed tornado. Near Cumberland, Milburn. Switch over here and see if we can get some good imagery of this. Not really. It's kind of in this weird area where there's not a lot going on as far as radars go. New tornado warning.
Tornado warning for southeastern McLennan County in central Texas, northeastern Bell County in central Texas, northwestern Falls County in central Texas.
All right. So I'm going to actually switch back over to this large picture mode because this is going to be the best way we can keep up with this accurately right now. All right, so here is where these tornado warnings stand right now. So the one that was north of Taylor and Circleville has moved on, and it is now near Davila, heading towards Rogers, Buckholtz, and Seaton. Let's see if we can get any more information out of that. It's difficult to tell if that's a tornado on the ground or not. You need to assume it is. We've had radar indicated tornado, spotter confirmed tornado. There's pictures of it out there apparently floating around near Circleville down here, so we know this storm produced before. It can produce now. It could be on the ground right now, so take your proper precautions and assume that it is. All right, same thing for down here near Elgin and Latig near Butler. You have a confirmed tornado warning. This is from the Weberville tornado. That thing, I might be able to get a good image on it right here. So let's just see if I can see this one. It's going to be difficult to see any of these for a while. There's a nice, good radar that's right in the middle of everything, and it's just going to be difficult to tell without being able to use it. So hopefully that's something that's temporary. let's see if I can see this. That is absolutely a tornado on the ground. So let's switch over here so you see what I'm looking at. This is near Elgin. Unfortunately, though, I think that means Elgin has been impacted by this tornado. So it's a decent sized little town there. Guys, pray for Elgin. Hopefully it skirted by you there just south. Or hopefully it didn't touch down for a second there. There's your new tornado warning. Radar confirmed tornado is moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. Heading into that rural area northwest or northeast of Elgin, Texas. Some serious rotation right there. Serious rotation. More rotation here near Rozantki, heading towards Togo in the Smithville area of Texas, just south into that Bastrop County. We're looking south of Bastrop right now, so let's get our warning track. Place you're looking at Smithville. If this thing stays on the ground, you're going to get a direct hit on this. It doesn't look like it's on the ground right now. It's difficult to tell. Is the center of rotation here? Is it up in here? Probably in this general area. So we may actually be way south of that. Maybe on this kind of tip. It's some of these storms to the south are really difficult for me to tell. I'm not professional, so it's very, very hard for me to tell what's going on here. I am making food right now. So unfortunately, though, I think we've lost that radar. I'm going to try to look into a little bit more research and see if I can figure out how we can get that back, if it's going to come back. This storm near Elgin is a serious tornado again. Let's look at this thing on radar 3D. That's the wrong. Let's do this. So this is kind of before, as it was wrapping up, maybe. You have a little inflow notch right here. This kind of cutaway area is your inflow notch in the three-dimensional. It's all that air rushing in, as we talked about at the beginning of the stream. This is where your wall cloud would be back here in this kind of tubular area. This is where all the rotation is going along. All this is spinning counterclockwise. If you're looking down on it like this, spinning down here, and then your tornado will pop out somewhere in that general area. So that's happening right now near Elgin. You have a confirmed spotter report of a tornado on the ground approximately 3 miles southwest of Elgin. So that was earlier. That was about 12 minutes ago. That's just now showing up. And this storm is just northeast of Elgin now. Hope and pray that storm did not directly impact the town of Elgin. Man. It does not want to let up, though. It would just keep producing things. Looks to me like that's the most serious tornado right now out of all of them. I don't know if this thing, it's hard to see when we get too far north out of this radar's range. It's difficult to see a lot of resolution in this. So we're looking back at that storm that was originally in Taylor and Circleville. There's been no new reports that show up, but here's kind of your track. So it's interesting to note that tornadoes are not all linear in motion. So you can kind of see this thing as it tracks east across Round Rock. You have your funnel cloud that looks like it's probably dropped here east of Round Rock. It came through Hutton, and made this curve shape as it came up and into Circleville, and so it's kind of made this nice arch across, and probably impacted a lot of people's lives, because I was just looking at the background imagery here. There's a lot of people that lived in that area, particularly in the Houghton and Round Rock area. So I know I'm getting reports on my phone of people who have reported damage, just towns getting tore up, schools getting hit by tornadoes earlier today. It's just a very awful day that no one likes to see. tornadoes are cool in some effects. You know, they are really cool to see. They're extreme parts of weather, but you always hope for that storm that's going to be out there in the middle of nowhere and impact nobody's life except maybe for the ants on the ground and not people. You hate to see a tornado outbreak like this in a very populated part of the world, such as central to eastern Texas, and that will continue to be impacted throughout the night into the Louisiana, Mississippi region, where there's also a lot of major metropolitan areas, a lot of towns. Really makes your stomach turn. It's really awful stuff, guys. Really awful stuff. So prevent your own injury is what you can take away from that. Be prepared. Don't become one of those statistics if you are impacted by a tornado. So take the proper precautions, heed your warnings. Make sure your phones have these tornado warnings turned on. You can find that in your settings if you have an Android or your iPhone. They should be on by default, but if for some reason you ever turn them off, please turn them back on so you know whenever you're going to get these warnings. If you do have a desktop weather radio or one that you sit on the shelf, a mobile weather radio, turn those on. Make sure you're getting all your updates. Make sure that as you guys get later in the evening, you all start to go to bed. Make sure that you have something that will wake you up if a tornado warning comes in your area, so you can take the proper precautions and get in that lower innermost part of your building in the safe zone. Get in your tornado shelter, or if you are in a mobile home, make sure as soon as you get that tornado warning, you're up and ready to go. Get out and get into that sturdy structure that's closest to you. Be prepared, guys. Please be prepared. I'm gonna go and fix me some supper. I'm gonna leave this on that widespread view there, if I can pull it up here. Get something going here. I'm gonna let this kind of load in. I'm gonna let this one play out so you can see kind of the overall view of what's been going on in the last little bit. Let's see. All right, there we go. So there may be some slight flickering here. That's just as those images are loading in, it'll smooth itself out. So these storms are going to continue, though. You need to make sure we all understand these storms are going to continue eastwards throughout the evening. That tornado warned area is there in the pink, and I should have the watch field turned on. I don't. There you go. There's your watch field. So the pink area is there for the tornado watch. The yellow area is there for your severe thunderstorm watch. As time goes on, more than likely this will be extended out, and it'll probably consume most of eastern Texas. It's so important that you take the proper precautions, guys. This has been a wild day so far, and it's only just begun. Here's another look at our SPC outlooks. So here's the tornado warnings as they track across the red moderate risk zone. Moderate is 4 out of 5 on the scale of severity. Here's another tornado warning.
Tornado warning for southeastern Williamson County in south central Texas, northwestern Lee County in south central Texas.
That's your extension on the storm near Elgin. New tornado warning.
Tornado warning for southern Milam County in central Texas.
That is also an extension of that tornado warning in Elgin. So they tornado warned it up to the next county line, and then the second one was for Rockdale, Minerva, in Milam County, Milano, Sando. You're going to be the first in Milam County to be impacted by that tornado. If there is still one on the ground, there is still a lot of rotation happening just north of Butler. We're talking about this area right here. So here is what we're looking at. Rockdale is the center of that tornado warning. Here's your
severe
tornado.
thunderstorm warning for north central McLennan County in central Texas, eastern Johnson County in north central Texas, east central Bosque County in central Texas, Hill County in central Texas, Ellis County in north central Texas, northwestern Navarro County in north central Texas.
So anyway, here is your tornado risk area right here. This is where the tornado would be if there is one. It's heading northeast. There's a new tornado warning for that Smithville tornado. That Rosanke.
Tornado warning for southeastern Bastrop County in south central Texas, south central Lee County in south central Texas, northwestern Fayette County in south central Texas.
So this area of rotation here, if I can get back on it, I'm going to try to switch back over and show you. This area of rotation is just south of Smithville. Your area of rotation, your center of rotation is right where that red square is, right there. And we are tracking this. We are heading northeast, so Smithville may be impacted in a few minutes if this tornado is on the ground. Later on, we'll be heading towards Giddings in about 40 minutes as this storm moves northeast. It's crazy, guys. This is a crazy day. It's only getting started. Only getting started. All right, here is your live full view of the state as the tornado warnings in pink come across. Those bold tornado warnings are confirmed tornado warnings that have either radar or spotter confirmed tornado on the ground. And your red is your severe thunderstorm warning. Your pink shaded areas in the big areas that consume all the counties, that's your tornado watch zone. The yellow is your severe thunderstorm warning zone. I will be back momentarily. I've got to go.
Severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Johnston County in southeastern Oklahoma, southern Cole County in southeastern Oklahoma, west central Atoka County in southeastern Oklahoma.
I'll be back in just a few minutes here, guys. I will leave the warnings up. The audio is going to play, so if there's a tornado warning, it will play. It will play the emergency alert sound, and then it will actually show you the box on screen automatically, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. And the severe thunderstorm warnings will also automatically play. Guys, just make sure if you're in these areas, if you get your warnings, heed them properly. Take your proper precautions, as we've talked about before. Please pay attention, be aware, stay safe. I'll be back.